in and see how they're rolling today. You know what? I'll do it.
I actually have
this one's for me. I got a 13. This one's for Claire. She got an 18. Fucking of course.
Yeah.
This one's for Leggett.
She got a 24 on the die.
And Leggett got a 3. Yep. That seems about appropriate. All right, cool.
Yeah. I actually have this little thing I do where I've got a bunch of dice because I have a problem and I like collecting those shiny rocks. So I just have many D6s to choose from. And so I roll them all a bunch at the beginning and then I put the ones that performed badly back in the bag. And so far as I can tell, there is not actually a pattern. I don't think my dice are unbalanced. It's just the ones that are performing well for the day get to stay out. And
How many times do you roll them? You need to give them at least a couple of chances.
5, 6-ish.
All right. Okay.
And
So
if anyone rolls a 1 2 times in a row, that's insta-fired. And if you roll a 6 2 times in a row, you're automatically... It's a thing. I've been doing it for 2 years now. Oh, God.
I think it's been longer. It's been almost 3.
No, but I didn't introduce it right at the beginning.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Did we start this in 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of
Because we were making
2020.
pandemic jokes.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years now.
Been like a little more.
Yeah, we do an episode every 2 weeks. So that's 26 episodes a year. And this is session 80. So do the math on that.
No, thanks.
Nerds.
I think that's 80 episodes. I think that wasn't that hard.
And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast. As I previously said, this is session 80. How about that? Cool.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good number. It's a nice
good
round number.
It's a good one to end on.
Easily divisible by a couple
a total party kill as the nanite field just kind of goes over everyone
Descends
and they
on us.
instantly die.
But on the plus side, our cars were really clean.
Yep, it's real clean.
Play the outro.
Those dents, they've been buffed out. A little scratch, the dings here and there, you know?
Those
How do they
skeletons,
know?
clean.
Yeah.
Was it pristine? Immaculate?
No, it's
stop.
pristine.
I get really stuck on certain adjectives, so I apologize.
It's not.
to
It's
listeners.
not a bad thing. It's just a Jeff thing. It's
Of
a
course.
nice. What you call it? Ism.
Ism. It's my ism.
It's
a
one
Jeff
of your
ism.
isms.
One of my isms.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about my other isms.
Not in public.
Yeah.
Not in public.
that.
What do you guys remember from last session?
Session 79,
Session 79.
as I remember.
Okay. So we started off our adventure into the nanite field, going to Neo Opus, I believe.
New Work City.
I keep thinking
City.
about it as New
No,
York City. I have
universe.
to translate it back in my head. Yeah, that's how I actually remember it. So a lot of it was spent sort of driving around and just discovering stuff. We discovered that the nanites are mending a lot of things really fast and basically keeping everything perfect. We encountered a group of 4 nanite zombies, as I believe they are called by Tony in universe. So love that. And we killed them, and then we tried to drive past them, and then they tried to rise up again. So then I hit them with the car.
Did some good work.
And yeah, they're definitely dead and not just we're in one of those situations where they're slowly walking towards us everywhere we are.
You're not in an It Follows situation. There's no way to get rid of these zombies.
We took a look at the map and decided to go to the mall first before the library. The library is farther away. And as far as we can tell, both of the paths to the library have a giant X on them that Drikt, who is now dead, wrote and said, don't go here. It's dangerous. So there's that.
Obviously, that's where we're going
We're
next.
going next. I know. And it's...
Yeah, the 2 dangerous ones were the Skywalk as well as the Central Hub Plaza station, which is in the...
Does the Central Hub Plaza station lead to the monorail?
It is the monorail.
Okay.
It's the monorail station.
So the monorail
mall.
and the Skywalk. Is there a third way to the library?
What? No.
Climbing.
Climbing.
Go.
Outside of the floating Skywalk.
Are
Okay,
walls
cool.
a terrain?
Sounds good.
Oh, no, not
For
that
Micah,
again.
it is.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So anyway, we then go to the mall. We've got our floating skywalks to the right. We've got levitating tram pods above us. To the left, we have an energy core building with a giant sparky energy core type thing at the top. I might have made that up.
Nope, that's right.
And then we also had the food trucks and the newsstands. And then you started describing smells. And we were like, what's going on here, Jeff? And the answer is, as always, robots. Jeff made robots, right? Part of the description
Also,
for him.
Jeff was very hungry that day.
That's true, too.
That's
You
true.
had that munchies.
There's this really nice shawarma smell that just kind of
Just
carries
listen.
over everything. You got the onions and
miss
the
food.
garlic and the turmeric is just,
Okay. And then we decided to go into the mall to go see Drikt's clinic, I guess, which also houses the lab. We have seen the Hallowhaven Entertainment System. We have seen Build a Drone Workshop. I don't actually know if we made that joke on air or not, but that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, I think we did make that joke
Okay,
on there.
perfect. And we also, critical, managed to get the singing fish to put Tara's conscious into.
There were a couple of options. I think there was a squid and like
That's
a
right.
snail as well. I can't remember if there was a fourth one, maybe a lobster.
Don't believe that.
But you guys went
We
for
got
the
to stick with the
classic.
classic. We had a plan. Yeah, and I think there's just kind of also just to set the atmosphere. There's sort of just zombies around places doing things, but we haven't gotten close to any of them enough to kind of tick them off.
Yeah, they appear to be doing a mockery of life.
Yeah.
And not knowing exactly what they're doing, but attempting to represent it in some way.
Oh, and another critical status thing. We are now on 5 bars out of 6 on our battery on the thing that Alex is carrying around that keeps the nanites from instantly murdering us.
That's because we've done one important thing. We have 5 more important things we can do before we all die.
Stop stripping
This is-
away.
Progression-based battery life.
I would actually be completely fine with that because I keep getting the sense that Jeff wants us to go to certain places, and I'm like, but that battery life, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say it. That's basically how it works. You guys do one important thing that takes a tick of the battery life, because I don't want to try and keep track of how many minutes you guys are doing things.
Amazing.
Can we get a recharge if we start just like fucking around? Is that how that works?
No, I think it
less
goes
Pretty
down
sure that goes
faster.
down.
Alex
then-
It's some
takes a
darkness.
piss. Oh, wait.
and then you start hearing just little clink clink of his darkness tokens again. Let's not go that route. We're gonna stay on plot, people. Cool.
Okay, but maybe we could look around a little more. Is what that's.
Yeah, that says to me like there's a certain place that Jeff has name dropped 3 times that I really want to look at that Nona doesn't care
What?
about.
No.
The Central Hub Plaza station place
Promenade.
That's it.
meetings point.
Yeah, so when I think that was everything that I had. You're at 5 out of 6 bars. The zombies did get up again because you can never keep them down.
Yep.
Good for them.
And you arrived at Dr. Drikt's Cybernetic clinic, where a big hologram of him is out in front just saying, come on down to I'm sorry, let me do the voice.
Yeah, you got us.
I did not know who was speaking.
Come on down to Dr. Drikt's Cybernetic Clinic. You want some better eyes? I got them. You want, a pocket to put something in your body? I can do that too.
Is that hologram making up slogans?
I think he just did it all in one take. He didn't rehearse it all.
Does that work?
Was that one good? Okay. All right. Here
Should I take that one again?
What do you mean?
Or
We're
what do you mean we're still rolling?
Wait, I thought this was lunch.
He's just screaming.
I can really go for a shawarma.
Anyway, so that is it is one of the more well lit places in the mall. You take a look in through the tall glass windows, and you see a lobby that appear to be like half lobby, half sales like store. You see a couple of rows of product that they're selling, and then you notice there's a reception counter as well as like a waiting room area. So that's what you guys find yourself in, and the hologram just continues blurting out sales, and we have free time slots because no one's here.
Yeah.
And all the various slogans and stuff like
I'm
that.
so alone.
I'm so alone. Please, anyone, come to Dr. Drikt's Cybernetic Clinic.
Anyway,
Getting more and more
Great.
sad, more and more desperate.
Oh my god. Why was this programmed with feelings?
This is the first.
I will pay you to visit.
I think
This
Is that a promise? Is that the
10
Drikt
minutes
guarantee?
of today. Well, that's all we really need, as we've been over before. Money, we're in. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, we're going here, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
we've done all of our shopping off
so we're
camera.
shopping.
Wait, what?
Oh, did we? No, I don't think we did.
you went
We just got
into
the
the
fish.
Spencer Gifts to get
Get the fish.
the fish.
I don't think we've actually
we haven't done
stopped
that.
by
There's
Build a Drone Workshop
some-
yet, but we
some
will
light
be
discussion of
on
what
the
was gonna
way
happen.
out. We will be stopping.
All right, but
by.
this is where you guys want to go
Yep.
right now.
Correct.
And you're just gonna
We'll
walk in?
in the front door.
Sounds good.
I
Yep.
mean, is it like a glass door? Can you see inside? Can you
Yes.
see, like, is it chocked entirely
So,
full
yeah,
of zombies before we walk
It
in?
is so that is
That's a
you
great
know,
question.
reasonable question to ask. All of the stores in this mall have these large glass panes allowing you to kind of like look in and see the store, see one of the like the things that they're selling. Very clearly it's meant to, have people just be able to walk by and say, "Oh,
Window
yeah.
shopping.
I'd like to, change out my eyes for some cool other eyes."
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
And so you peer in and there is no life in there, nor zombies, which you would describe as unlife. Everything that I described before, there's these rows of various different types of very clearly show model cybernetics. You see ones for cybernetic eyes, for various different types of low light visions, pockets that seem to be meant to fit under the skin for a user that wants to carry things but doesn't want to carry a bag.
Do you need a pouch?
And
He too has experienced women's clothing.
It's fashion, darling.
and various physical enhancements that are meant to, quote, increase stamina, power, and dexterity
Amazing.
in all phases of your life.
Amazing.
What kind of attachment was that?
I've seen this
It
pop
doesn't
up
actually
before.
say explicitly.
The box is not. It doesn't have one of those windows on it.
It's just a tall, long box, though.
Okay.
How tall are we talking?
Somewhere in the range of 6 to 8 inches.
It's not weird. It's natural.
Well, except for that one, I'm thinking, this stuff is like probably worth a lot of money. He's not using it. We could pick some of this up for ourselves. I mean, right? We can just
I don't know how much
loot this. I mean, it's like it's a cybernetic eye. Someone will pay for that.
I don't trust that hologram. I feel like we touch it. We grab something and we try to walk out, and it's going to turn very solid very quickly.
That's true. There's
You know
probably
what?
an alarm.
We can try. I mean, we can always steal.
I can ask.
You can ask. Yeah, I guess we can ask.
True.
The hologram's listening.
We've got the man himself, kind
pull
of.
the VI out of my pocket and I turn it on.
Oh, the Drikt VI.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull up the thing that he said.
Yep.
Do the thing.
Do the poo again.
Yeah, I can't believe
Everything that you see is a result of what
light.
you see here.
Everything the light sees is you.
Is you.
Oh God, it's malfunctioning.
You are a rainbow.
Jeff, I'm always so impressed how you have
this?
just it all at your fingertips.
It's all in like one long document. That's not actually true, but it's
Stuff
Less-
links to other things.
Oh
it's
God.
more true than I would like.
Control F Drikt isn't working.
No, it's a completely different
Control F
file
boo.
that I closed.
Hello. If you're sorry. Boo!
There we go.
Thank you.
Hello. If you're seeing this VI program, I, Drikt, am dead. I was created in the event of premature crystallization, or if the worst
Skip.
should happen.
Does he have
Hi.
a skip function?
And it pauses, waiting for a question.
Yes. Hi. You asked us to come here. We've made it to your clinic, which is, I think, different from your lab. Where are we supposed to go next? And are we allowed to take any of this stuff?
Oh, please. I don't care about any of this stuff. You might be one. I want to worry about the automated sentry turrets that they're placed in most of the locations. They will attack anyone who tries to walk out with any goods without paying for them.
Most of the locations?
Sorry, the mall.
Oh, okay.
Store.
Oh, most places.
Mall store.
Gotcha.
They don't got mall cops. They got mall turrets.
Right, straight to the point. Yeah.
Is there a sound alarm that would go off?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm
It's very loud horn blaring.
So we were
Larding
allowed to take. Did we pay for the fish?
No.
This is a Jeff question, not a.
like slap some
Spencer's
coins on
gift
the
didn't
counter.
seem to have.
No, they
their
don't. They
things tagged.
couldn't pay for the turrets.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There was
you
a
know?
robot at the counter, and he did not care.
Don't pay him enough.
Excellent. Okay. So I don't think we're in danger yet. Okay. Are there any other defenses we should be worrying about?
Oh, yes. The entrance to the lab is trapped.
Mm-hmm.
That
Could you
seems-
elaborate?
Oh, yes. There's a laser beam that will go across the door, and you need to put in a very specific numpad combination, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will disengage the lasers.
The most brilliant mind of his time.
That trap is currently active.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
The hologram's inviting people inside. I don't.
The hologram doesn't
I
know any
continue
better.
not to trust this hologram.
Yeah, you
Okay.
probably shouldn't. I think it's left over from the before times.
Is there a
Wait, which
keypad?
hologram are you talking
He's
to
talking about
right now?
No. He doesn't trust the hologram that's outside
yes.
being like, come in.
There's
you
no
know?
VI hologram. This has not gone into my eyeball.
Yeah,
the
that's
stick.
right. We don't have a hologram for this. He's just the VI is just a voice.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
It's a robot
Is there a
terminology, right?
very clear keypad on the front door?
Yes. Are you guys walking in to the establishment?
Not anymore.
Asking that. Yeah, I think that we walked in.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you guys are standing outside with the hologram just continuing to blare various advertisements in your ear, you do see at the far end of the wall, there is a reception counter. There is a circle of chairs around a coffee table with some neatly stacked magazines. And then off to the other side is a door that appears to have a keypad next to it.
Okay.
I mean, we have the combination.
Yeah, let's check it out.
What's the magazine?
That's what I was going to ask, actually. What
I
does a
checked the top.
pre-screen magazine look like?
Cybernetic dicks.
No, that's what's in the box.
That's not what, it's very discreet packaging. You don't actually know. It just seems
It's
to
a
make a
dick in
lot
a
of
box.
innuendo.
But it's a very explicit magazine.
Like you see Torq Monthly that seems to go over a bunch of the pre-tech creations of
This
Torq.
one's the swimsuit
Yes.
edition.
This one's the swimsuit edition.
Built-in
They have a
swimsuit.
lot of very tastefully placed crystals in areas.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
This is the best world building you've ever
We
done.
need fan art of this now.
This completely turns everything I know about talk culture on its head.
So yeah, that is what you see. You actually notice when you get closer to the display elements that are kind of lining these various aisles. You notice actually that these all say like not actual product show equivalent. So it seems to be more like showing what it would maybe look like as opposed to the actual devices themselves.
Because a lot of the stuff you would need to like get surgery for.
Yeah,
So it
you-
wouldn't just be like on a box on the shelf.
Yeah, what Nona and probably a good number of the other people here would know is cybernetics.
Say who doesn't? Go ahead, Pop.
Micah would know.
What? Like it.
Cybernetics tends. There are various classes of cybernetics, but they oftentimes need to be bought to order because different people have different body types and stuff like that, have different parameters that would need to be put in order for it to actually work within one person's body as opposed to another. So there's not oftentimes a catch-all, this will fit in anyone's eye socket, cybernetic eye. And so it mostly just shows off and has some advertisements saying like, you can see in under 5 nits of light or something like nits, lits.
What?
Is it?
Lumens, I thought?
Lumens, that's it. Lumens.
Okay.
Cool.
And like various other like stats and
Neat.
ads. Do you want to keep going through the magazines?
No.
I'm waiting for the door to open.
Yeah.
There's not much else to do in the clinic.
I mean, we gotta go over there and type the thing. You know what? I'll do it because if it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll probably require hacking. Okay, I go over there.
Okay, so you're going to the door. It doesn't. You go over. There doesn't appear to be like anything like a light or anything on the keypad. You press in the 1, 2, 3, 4, and you notice that all of a sudden there's like a and there was a hum that you hadn't been percepting before that seems to have been shut off
And now it
in
is
some
quiet.
way. And you notice additionally that the door, there's a click that you hear as well.
Okay.
Okay. Great. We're good to go?
All right,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's go.
All right, so you guys open the door and walk in, and what you find is a neatly organized room that was clearly at one time meant to be some kind of operating room. You see, sinks for clearing up. You additionally see what was clearly once a patient's bed has been repurposed as a workbench with some kind of strange-looking device carefully placed on top of it. You notice the various medical devices have been pushed off to the side into a corner and have like plastic sheets over top of it. And additionally, you notice that there are some newer tables that don't seem to match the rest of the furniture here that have various scrap and oil like splayed out on them. And additionally, you see a filing cabinet in the corner that appears to be locked.
Don't know how we could tell that from here, but that's cool.
It's closed and it has a lock on it.
Oh,
Like a
I
padlock.
Yeah.
see. I see. Oh, nice.
Great. So,
Well,
perfect. Let's figure out this filing cabinet, I guess. That's kind of what we're here for, yeah? Or,
potentially. I want to also look at there was something on the patient bed.
okay.
Yep. So Nona, you go over to the bed that seems to be the focal point of this room, and you notice that there are this hardened, almost like gel-like material that has crystallized and kind of like in various pools on this. It seems very brittle and almost like a little pliable as well. I don't know the best pliable as in like you can work it back and forth and then it will snap along like an edge.
Like a stale lollipop.
Kind of, yeah. If that makes
Very
sense.
evocative, yeah.
Right?
And so there are bits of this liquid that seem to have been attempted to be used to almost create something. And you do notice that the nozzle seems to have some of the same residue. What this device kind of looks like is a rectangular box that wants to be stood up with its long end facing towards the sky. You notice that there are two handles that are held near the top and a readout on the top by the handles that seems to have some kind of operating system associated with it. And on the other end of this rectangular prism that almost tapers a little bit is the nozzle itself. So that kind of makes sense. It looks a little bit like a router, like a routing jig.
Okay, and the nozzle's
look at
coming
that.
out
Handheld one.
one of the sides.
Nozzle's coming out.
Yeah. No, so there's a
Handles.
tall box. There's handles on the top, and then on the bottom side is the nozzle, as well as these little stands that allow it to not fully touch the ground.
How big is it? Can I carry it?
It's pretty hefty. You definitely can carry it. It's very clearly meant to be like manually held and used, but it would not fit in your backpack. It would probably be about 2 or 3 encumbrance.
Okay.
I should probably be a little bit more specific about it. So 2 encumbrance.
Okay. Thank you, kind and merciful GM.
I don't think it would fit in your backpack.
Okay. We can check the filing cabinet now if we want.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stand by that and not say anything.
Leggett also sees it and walks over and says,
I dare you.
That appears to be what he was referring to, this pre-tech device for printing. It seems very, very mishmash almost. There's some very old parts, but then there seem to be some newer ones. And you see he points out to like the handles and various other electronics that like he's pointing to, that some appear to be very advanced, but also quite old. And then others that seem to be new and added in here and there. It's not the cleanest looking device, but it does appear to be able to be powered on with a blinking red light on one of the handles.
What's the state of the room right now? Like if Alex looks around at like the clean metal surfaces, are there like fingerprints? I'm looking for like recent scuff marks, probably not like dust or anything, but signs of whether somebody has been in here recently or if it's been like largely undisturbed.
Yeah. So can you make a wisdom notice check, please?
Yeah. Oh, that's cocked.
Anyone else can do this as well.
3 from me.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
Fair enough. Alex, you take a quick look around the room, and you actually start to notice, like, hey, based off of what I know from this nanite haze that should be over top of everything, I'm not noticing that anywhere in here. In fact, like the oil that seems to be sprayed out onto this table feels like it should have been cleaned up. And so you start to take a closer look at some of these things, and it's fairly well put together. It is a little messy, but there's some organizational aspects to it. There's very clearly like some parts that are cleaner and meant to be kept clean. And then there's some more, like this is the scrap table that throws a lot of the scrap. So you take a look around the room, and you also take a look at the filing cabinet as well. And you can't see any sign of tampering with the scrap that's here or with the file itself. It is securely locked with this high-tech padlock. There seems to be some kind of electronic component to it as opposed to just a key that goes in. But yeah, you take a look around, and you don't see anything that seems to have been disturbed.
Okay, cool.
Additionally, you take one other thing. You take a look around, and you also notice that the door that you came in through, there does appear to be an array of 3 or so small like lasers that went across the entryway of the door, and 2 very large devices that seem to be pointed towards the entryway. That didn't appear to be a part of the ensemble before. It seems to have been recently created and hastily put together. Like, very clearly there is some stuff that has been thrown together here, and then some stuff that was pre-existing and part of, has the same kind of like themes and motifs when it comes to color wise. Most of that stuff seems to be pushed off into the corner.
Gotcha. Okay. Is Drikt still on? Or are we?
Yeah, I didn't. I think it's we decided it was we're trying to save on battery life here, but only really activates when you ask him a question.
It's like Alexa.
Yeah, exactly.
Or another branded.
You're going to get just so many
Home
people's
assistant.
like, I sometimes edit this with my Alexa in the room. Fuck.
I can't believe you did that.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop. Stop doing what you're doing.
You just referred to it by the hardware name. You non-robot people are so bad at this. It has a wake word, and then it has what it is. It is an echo, okay? Ugh.
Anyway.
She deserves better.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay,
but
Drikt.
anyway.
So,
Hello. Boo.
Thank you. Yeah. I got worried for a second there. Cool. How do we open up this filing cabinet?
Oh, using my fingerprints.
Okay. Well, those are gone. Should have known.
Huh.
only
You should
took his
be
eye.
able to, if you have someone of high enough programming skill to be able to hack into it. I would be careful about cutting the padlock itself, as it does have an explosive device within it.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to do that.
That's great.
Man after my own heart. Just make shit blow up.
Exactly.
A man who wants your heart. Okay, great.
I was thinking it would be really fun if we had to go back outside to the like hologram and then figure out its fingerprints and somehow mimic that. But yeah, I could try and hack this. I got my black slab with me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, should
Absolutely. If we think it's worth it. There's also, we could cut open the back of the filing cabinet. How thick is this
There's
filing
probably
cabinet?
bombs there too. That's what I would do.
Drikt, is there bombs there?
Yes.
Cool.
It's all a bomb.
The filing cabinet contains all of my research and some of my old journals. I did not want it to fall into the wrong hands, so if anyone tampered with it, I wanted them and it to blow up.
You specifically wanted Dr. Leggett here to be able to continue your work, though. Did you build in anything for him, or are you just going to blow him up?
I was not intending to die.
Well,
Okay, no, that's fair. Do you have any spare fingers around here?
That's a
a
genuinely
great
valid question
question.
in this place.
Yes, in that cabinet over there.
They're in the filing cabinet.
Much less secure all of a sudden. I love this.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah, and
messing with
you
Jeff, I'll go hack the thing.
I realized it can't gesture anywhere, but it directs you towards the medical
Hotter.
Cold, very cold.
Okay, fine.
it directs you to the corner with all of the medical equipment, and there just appears to be various cybernetics that were ordered at one point in time. There are some scant fingers, some eyeballs just kind of in a jar together,
Cool. That's
and
vibe.
a handful of other cybernetics that are old but still seem to be good.
Perfect. Yeah. So are these like carbon copies of your fingers, Drikt, or will they work for opening?
Oh no, they're just cybernetic fingers.
Oh,
you
fuck,
asked
that's
for
what
fingers.
that's what I was looking for.
All right, that's it. I'm
Okay,
gonna
never
go
mind.
hack the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, these fingers have the ability. So you
I don't want to
sometimes
know
sell
about
these-
those fingers' abilities.
Do you
We
not?
saw the
Even
bug
if it
that
allows
time.
you to change the fingerprints on the fingers.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I'm sorry. I should know. I should know to trust the salesman.
The police did not like my establishment.
I love
That's what all the lasers are for.
That's what all the lasers are for. For the cops.
Yeah, let's.
I don't
We
know.
can grab the fingers. I have to
Cool.
grab the
Yeah,
fingers.
if they look like they're like nice and have some resale values, let's scoop some of those.
No,
bad
I mean,
boys
I
up.
think we could take them and then go compare. Like, I'd like to go compare them to the hologram and see if we can't get his fingerprint.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like a very high res hologram, well, why not?
So what are you doing with the rest of the cybernetics that you found kind of stashed away? Are
I'm
you just
not
leaving them?
intending to take any of that.
Fair enough.
I'm near with my singing fish, and I'm leaving capacity to carry the 3D printing core device thing. I'm close to capacity on things.
I might try and pocket whatever one encumbrance worth of fingers is.
Sure.
Oh, we're going to get into so much trouble with
yeah.
this.
So those fingers can either be scrapped for 3 pre-tech scrap,
Oh, damn.
or you could try and sell them. You could also
It could be
try and
big
graft them
ass.
onto your body. There are various skin colors
Bear witness.
that don't fully match yours. Also, they're different like lengths. So you don't have one that like matches your skin color or your length. But if you wanted to take it to a cybernetic clinic, you can ask them to put it on if you want.
Cool.
I just think they're neat. Yeah.
Yeah, so you take one encumbrance of fingers.
How many fingers is that?
Okay.
Right in your inventory.
I
One
would
jar.
like to go over, look at this lock, and try and figure out how hard it would be just to tack.
Okay, yeah. It appears to be a standard electronic finger lock. This is not pre-tech in any way. It doesn't appear to have too many like really special, features or anything like that. It's mainly just to try and, prevent people from tampering too much. You do notice that this model appears to have been opened at one point and then closed.
Yeah.
And not closed super well. You get the impression that is where
The bombs are.
the bombs are.
Cool.
But you are semi-confident that at the very least you could make an attempt at causing it to kind of like factory reset without causing it to blow up.
Gotcha.
But if you were wrong, you might have to try a couple of different combinations of things that might take some time. So basically, it's either you get it or
You get it,
it
but
might
it
take
takes
some
longer.
time in order
All
to
right.
do it. You could also try and scan the hologram's fingerprint if you wanted to try and put it onto.
That's a funnier option there, but I think I can just go this route.
Sounds good.
Although I will call out, Nona is going to take a seriously long couple of seconds thinking about whether she does actually want to open this or not.
Are you just carrying the
Not yet, but I'm intending to take
it.
it with us when we leave.
When you leave its side, Dr. Lucius Leggett starts like taking notes and looking at it very
Yeah.
he's quite interested in this device.
Shoot him.
Just fucking kill him.
Tony, finish the job.
Who is also here.
Yeah, Tony and Claire are also here. Yeah, could you make an int program check, please?
Yeah, sure. No, my heart is not in it today.
I thought you tested all of these dice already.
I did, and then they failed me. Actually, that's not terrible. That is an 8.
Okay. So you go through, you're not old hat at this. You don't oftentimes break into things.
Also, my heart's not in it.
Your heart's a little bit not in it because you don't necessarily want to go through maybe some of the contents in here. But you're able to take out your black slab.
Oh, I forgot to add the +1 from that. I thought about it and then I didn't. So technically it's a 9.
Yeah, fair enough. Even better then. You notice that there are some protocol in the black slab that help you work through some of the encryption sequences, and you hear a beep beep and then click, and the padlock comes undone.
And then everything blows up. Cool.
It does not blow up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
the filing cabinet is now unlocked.
Cool. Can I keep the padlock?
Yeah, if you like.
Cool.
It is one encumbrance.
Yep. That's fair.
Everything is at least one encumbrance.
Yeah. I know I was saying that thing about saving stuff, but
Great. All right, Dr. Leggett, your papers, I suppose.
Oh, yes, yes. And he takes off the backpack that he has and goes to the filing
I'm actually
cabinet.
gonna like be looking through these too, just to, glancing over. I know we've got to like leave, but
Before we get too deep into the AI stuff, can we just kind of see if there's anything about this battery or this pack? See if there's any ideas on recharging it?
Yep. So you take a quick look around the room, primarily focusing on anywhere, because you do notice that this place seems to be lit up more than any other place within the mall. Perhaps it has its own power source, and you do uncover that it appears to have some kind of battery that is siphoning off of the core grid.
nice.
It does appear to have a charge associated with it, though. So it seems like when you use it to dispel its electricity, it will need to rebuild up the charge again over some period of time. So what this means mechanically is you can top off once.
Okay.
Gotcha.
In that case, I vote we search the rest of the mall and then we top off before going to the library.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right.
Cool. I thought we were gonna have to go all the way to the core thingy.
Yeah,
Maybe you could still do that.
Yeah,
I don't want to though.
if it's pulling off of the core,
I want to
then
go to Hollowhaven.
we could do
Hollow
that.
Haven Entertainment?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, part of me wants to get more bang for my buck out of this. Wait until it drops a little bit more and then top off. But
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing. It's like we could try and circle back here, but probably better to play it safe while we're still in the building, We don't know what's going to happen at the library.
I think so. Okay, yeah. Then we're gonna fill back up before we leave.
But I want to do the rest of the mall.
But yeah, we'll
first.
do the rest of the mall
cool.
first.
All right,
Just making
cool.
sure we're on the same page.
All right. So
Like I was, yeah, I just want to like do a quick cursory glance over all of this. Given the knowledge that we have, the knowledge that appears to be within these papers and this device, do we now have all of the things we need to potentially create a true AI?
So let me, describe some of the things. It's a lot of it's a lot of information around the construction of true AI, but there also appears to be some personal papers mixed in as well, some journals, some of which that seem to be dated before the Scream itself. Looking through the documentation, are you trying to hide anything from Leggett as you go
No.
through? I know you two aren't necessarily on.
No,
the
I
greatest
like
terms
I
right
know
now.
what he's trying to do, but like we know this is the only reason we came here. I'm kind of like delaying on making that decision of whether I'm actually going to like punch him in the face and take the thing away or not, but I don't think there's any reason to hide it from him.
Fair enough.
We're fighting, but we can
And so
can't get past this.
this is information that the two of you will both have.
Yep.
Some of you guys will probably it's like scanning or using your comm pads to kind of digitize some of this stuff. You see schematics for programming the core. There appears to be some missing algorithms, some very like low level, like, we need to work on emotions and we need to work on
is that all?
various but the various
I
like
gotcha.
parts of what one would consider the human psyche.
Sure.
And like this isn't quite figured out. There's like question marks and a bunch of like basically to-do statements.
Sure.
And one of the massive questions that seems to be left to be fulfilled is Drikt seems to be is unable to remember how to fill one of these cores with metadimensional energy such that it actually jumps back to life. He seems to have the structure down, and at the very least has quite a lot of the programming together. So one could theoretically build a core or start working their way towards building a core, but wouldn't be able to fill it, not like give it the spark of life.
Would that still be required regardless of what version of building this we go for? Or so the way I'm looking at it, there's two different versions of building a true AI in this case. There is completely from scratch, build it up, brand new life, huzzah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the concept of these mind seeds out here and like humans living within them who might already have the spark of life. Yes, no.
So there is... you are correct in that there are two different theories, one of which requires this building of innate things that would come to someone being born, like balance and stuff like that, being able to speak various things, the phonemes, basically a thing that like babies would come pre-packaged knowing, but would need to then kind of learn more and more. There's that part of it, which seems to be missing the metadimensional energy as well as the algorithms and some of the final ones to finalize kind of a true AI. And then you do come across other conjecture around building a core in such a way that it's basically a blank slate. There's none of these pre-built algorithms or anything like that. That could be done basically now. And it does appear that these schematics are built in such a way that it needs to accept some kind of seed or something that would grow.
Mind seed, if you will.
That would accept, and from that, the crystals within the core would align based off of the knowledge housed within this seed. And theoretically, that should also start up the process of metadimensional energy as well. So it's kind of like a blank slate that you put in a mind seed that will be able to start up on its own. And then there is the other, which is actually being able to create a true AI that is new to the world.
So we have all of the information needed to do a mind seed version, but we do not have all the information needed to make a brand new true AI. Yes or no?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Great.
And I will remind you that Dr. Leggett, using the meta tool that he had before, that is one of the areas that he is studying, is filling something with metadimensional energy.
But in such a way that it doesn't shatter. And get destroyed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Additionally, that was a lot of information. Do you want to take any moment to write any of that down, or you got it?
No, I got it.
All right, cool.
I wrote it while you were saying it. So get ready for the annoying click-clacking noises in the back of here.
There's also a couple of journal entries. You go through the pre-tech one. So there's two separate journals. There's one that is definitely pre-scream, and then there's one that's post-scream. The post-scream seems to be trying to figure out a lot of what happened beforehand. They came across this particular thing and are keeping a journal to try and remember things.
Particular thing like found the lab here? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then there is the pre-scream journal, which details, and I won't go into huge details, but there's some broad strokes. It seemed that Drikt had, as he was saying before, a megalomaniacal phase where he was creating various robot armies for some folks that were maybe not the best. He was captured, thrown in jail by the Terran Mandate, later given an opportunity to work under Dr. Calvin and Dr. Kyle Reed, and later left their Glazov 5 in order to work on his own thing, but kept in touch with them. Later, he was approached by the Terran Mandate, who leveraged his past to build some true AI to their specifications. You notice that there is a journal He doesn't seem to go into detail about this. It seems to be quite hush-hush, and he's even asked not to write too much about it.
Mhm.
But you do notice that there's some hypothesizing around how one might be able to break a true AI after they are created unbroken. And then one of the final entries that seems to have been created references a device called Keeping Tabs that seems to have given him the coordinates where Dr. Calvin passed. He seems quite distraught by this event. He doesn't understand how this happened or why it happened. And there are no entries after that.
Okay. I would like to specifically attempt to keep the paperwork on breaking and unbreaked true AI.
Yeah. It's a lot of theory. It's not there's not a whole lot of this is how I would do it, but more like one could create a similar thing and then try and, graft some of the old core onto this new core and then shatter the old one, hoping the metadimensional energy would flow into the new one.
Mhm.
And a bunch of other things where there's some ship of Theseus questions happening here.
Sure.
Where what is the self and so there's a lot of theory, but not a whole lot of actual, this is how you would do it.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I think we're still clinging to that really hard. We're not having a great time right now, but maybe this was worth it if we can figure this out.
Okay. So that was Leggett and Nona going through the file system. Is there anything else that you guys want to take a look at in here? There is just a whole bunch of stuff that, Nona, you would know looking at some of the medical equipment in the corner. You could probably take out some of that stuff in there and make quite a lot of pretext scrap that could be useful either for yourself or for selling for quite a lot of money. This is a gold mine of pre-tech components. And
how far are we from the car?
You are pretty deep into the mall. It would probably be 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk.
Okay. Because I'm pretty close to, assuming I'm carrying the 3D printer, which I have
you can just call it the core printing device.
Sure, core printing device. We got a core printing device. We have a core shattering device. Everything's great.
You got to print it and then you shatter it. And that's
then
how it goes.
Kill it. Yeah, exactly. Sacrifice them to your dark
life
gods.
And death.
So basically my thought is if we could grab some stuff, go throw it in the car, and then basically come back, not necessarily to this place, but continue our mall walk, that would maybe be cool.
Yeah, no, I support that. I can carry a little more on my person, but seems like there's a lot of good stuff in here.
Are we sure that paper's okay to be out in the nanite field?
Oh, no, I would keep the paper on me. I'm worried about the scrap and because is each paper one encumbrance, Jeff?
Each single page of paper is an encumbrance, but all bundled together, they're also an encumbrance.
A single encumbrance. Yeah, no, that's sort of what I was thinking. I would keep the paper with me, the device, which is incredibly heavy, and a bunch of robot scrap. I would like to take that with, and I think that'll be safe. It would be really funny. You put the robot scrap in the car and you come back and there's just robots there. I hadn't considered that, but that would be a heck of a thing. Anyway, that's what I will propose to the group.
Yeah. While we're looking around at the medical equipment and stuff, just out of curiosity, are there any very old drugs lying around, things like that they might use to sedate a cybernetic patient?
Yeah, you go through some of the medical equipment that is there. Let me see what we got here. You actually come across something that is not a lot of the medicine that you find is expired.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hundreds of years ago.
It's still fine.
You can still use it. It's still good.
It's just a suggestion that. But what
it just gets a little less effective, but it still works.
You actually come across something when going through. You find something that is described as a biomonitor. It's a wristwatch-like device that is worn on the wrist.
Tell me more.
It's very similar to I think of the Fallout Vault Boy.
Oh, love that.
Pip Boy.
Yeah,
That's
Pip
it.
Boy.
Thank you. It has some knobs and a big LCD screen. Not LCD, OLED screen. It's
Oh.
a fancy screen.
Nice.
It has the ability to tune into radio. You can listen to some cool jams. as you're
Unfortunately,
wandering
no.
around.
It seems to be mainly used for medicinal use. Taking a step back and giving you the actual benefits of this device, it gives you +1 to any medical skill check. It alerts to dangerous environmental hazards in your near vicinity, as well as analyzing food and drink for poisons.
Sick.
Sick.
So you find that.
Sounds pretty cool.
Not quite to your build, though. Looks over at Alex.
You want one of these or pass? I'll take it if you don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it does what I do, which is monitor things and take drugs. So yeah,
All right.
I'll do that.
Here you go.
All right. Yeah, I can. I'll send this.
My
What
arm.
it actually does. It kills you.
It's so heavy.
I can send
Gotta
you
work
the
on arm
actual
day.
wording of what this thing can do a little bit later. But yeah, +1 to any, was it heal check? I think it's heal
Yeah,
check.
that's the.
As well as it does give you a ping that you can silence about. There are a lot of environmental hazards all around you. About 15.
That's just gonna
meters
stay on.
away
That's just
from
gonna
you.
stay on silent.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. Until I figure out how to disable that because it's not good for my anxiety.
You're in danger. Yeah, I know.
I'm aware I'm in danger. Yeah,
Do you have a name for it?
it's called a biomonitor.
Biomonty. One encumbrance.
One encumbrance that is worn on your wrist like a wristwatch,
Heavy wristwatch.
a heavy wristwatch.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, proposal. I would like to take some of the stuff back to the car and then put it in the car. And then we could continue to look around here, clear this place out, maybe. And then, yeah.
But
Yeah.
perhaps we should try to identify the security turrets before we do such a thing.
You mean those things?
Oh, I meant the ones that the virtual intelligence Drikt implied would happen if we try and take anything out without paying for it.
Oh, the ones in locations.
Yeah, those ones.
I mean, I think that makes sense.
Reasonable point.
I can take a step outside into the lobby area and see if there's anything in there to do so. One moment.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to
Tony,
do that?
Tony, go with him.
Yeah, I can do that. You and we can catch up. We both seem to know these guys, but we don't know each other. How about
That's
we?
right.
Yeah,
how
why
about
don't
we,
you go
catch up? Oh, well,
identify locations together?
Thank you, Tony. Yes. All right. Oh, I will see you all later. And he steps outside with Tony.
Are they fucking?
Was
Are they
that a
hooking
way
up?
to get rid of Leggett?
I
and
thought
Tony?
they didn't know each other.
I don't know if that was a thing.
No.
No. Was it your intention to get rid of Leggett and Tony?
Not like murdered them, get rid of, as I've noticed that is a thing that we sometimes say, but I
Jokingly, joke about.
this is fair.
How are you doing, Nona?
He's gonna bring back Dr. Kelvin, and I'm not sure I can stop him without. I don't know.
I mean, in order to do that, he needs to find what the mind seed thing that Drikt was referring to.
Yeah.
So if it was on Asimov 1, well, you were on Asimov 1, and you said that was on fire the last time you saw it, so maybe it's gone.
That is a good thought, but I do have a running theory about that. I don't think it has been destroyed. I think, in fact, I know exactly where it is, and I have been pondering what exactly to do about that. Pretty much since we first found this, and I hold up the, I don't know, eyeball thing that was like no, I put it in a compad.
Yeah.
That's right. I put it in my phone. Yeah, not the phone, but the VI in it. Yeah.
You have an idea of where Calvin's mind seed is?
Yes. Bold, please.
As you go through your
Oh,
notes.
my crazy notes. We've discussed this before on air, but my notes are absolutely nuts. So in Deacon's compad that we decrypted back when we shattered him and sent him back to his backup, so he's fine. There was mention of when he was on Asimov 1, a large data transfer going to the Ellison base on Orisiame. you know, the planet where all the plot happens.
No wouldn't say that.
What do you mean plot?
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my theory is that given that her quest was for mostly self-preservation, if you could only get one thing off before destroying everything, including perhaps myself, it would be her own consciousness. So I'm not sure what form it takes or if it has even survived that data transfer, but I don't think it has been destroyed. I think it's there, and we could go get it, or we could just not. And yeah,
I mean, yeah, if you've got like totally reasonable reservations there, it's not, you don't have to tell them. You don't even know for sure that that's where it is.
yes, that's true.
Kirsten, correct me if I'm wrong. Blakett's aware of that information, is he not?
I don't think so.
Okay, you were the only one who looked at the compad?
Yeah, I thought so. I
Okay.
think he's also not aware of the fact that we have
No,
Kyle Reed's mind
yeah.
seed, but he may have noticed us take it because he's not completely dumb. So that's a maybe, but I don't think I was intending to share all of the information. I could go back and check again, Jeff.
No, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
We'll assume he doesn't know.
Yeah, but that was like scanning through of things. At the time, I didn't realize it was information that was particularly pertinent to him. And then when we had that conversation with Tara, where she was like, hey, Dr. Samantha Calvin was going to murder you and replace your consciousness with her own. I was like, oh. And then when we talked to the Drikt VI and he's like, it's on Asimov 1, all of those sort of puzzle pieces kind of came together for me. And I'm like, I see what is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a thing I know and have been wrestling with for a bit. So we have Dr. Kyle Reed, and we could theoretically have Dr. Samantha Calvin. And now we have everything we need to bring them back to life and, you know, piss off my brother. Yay.
Yeah.
How much of that was in character?
That's a valid
No.
question.
That was a zoom out because you said
Yeah.
Kirsten. You summoned me from
Yes,
the depths
no,
of
I'm
my.
I'm aware.
Yeah, no.
But it seems like a very reasonable rant that Nona may have just given.
That's fair. You know what? Sure. Let's say that was in character.
I mean, I'm sure there was some meta information that we can kind of gloss over. But
Yeah.
okay, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, sort of fair point. You seem like you wanted to kind of try and keep in touch with Deacon, or like not to. I don't know. You seem like you had mixed feelings about your bro, and this definitely seems like your own feelings. Obviously, not being so in favor. He would definitely hate that from what we know of the guy.
I mean, I do believe that the advice you gave me when I first discovered this and was struggling with it was fuck them.
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. All
I'm
right.
mad.
Cool. Let's not fucking do that then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You
Good.
you need a minute. You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot dealing with the idea that these people that I thought were creating brand new life and creating us and all of this. It seems like a lot of the information that Drikt has here was specifically, I want to bring my friends back. It does seem like he was a bit more careful about not needing to kill my kind first to do so. And for that, I am grateful, but I am also still mad at him for building Terra in the first place. So yeah, suffice to say, there are a lot of complicated emotions that I've never had before, and I'm not really sure what to do with them. I might want Alex, actually, if you could teach me to cope poorly later, that would be
that was
appreciated.
hurtful. I mean, so yeah. So
I'm sorry.
here's the no. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, coping poorly is very pretty easy. That's not necessarily what you should strive for, and we can kind of talk
I
about
was
that
thinking
at a later
steps.
date. But
I don't think I'm coping at all right now. So one could cope poorly and then maybe extrapolate from that to get to coping well.
it's a lot harder than you think. It turns out, but yeah, I think there's something that we could definitely kind of talk about, but I would recommend maybe finding a therapist instead of a medic who thinks it's okay to take 100-year-old Advil. But yeah, for sure.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
All right.
We go get Tony and Leggett. Are they both dead?
Yeah, they're dead.
Rip.
They didn't realize they had to be within 15 meters of Alex, and they are just disintegrated.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. This entire store does seem to be protected in some way
Right.
from the mist, this haze. So you guys step out and you find them typing away on a computer that is in the receptionist desk. And Leggett says, "Oh, I believe I have deactivated the security system. I believe we are free to leave with whatever we wish to take from this location." And he hits a final button, and you hear like the powering down hum of a. It's always a very satisfying noise. Not dying.
I've noticed that it like plays from speakers.
That seems totally like a thing a Torq would do.
Yeah.
Just so you know you did it. I love that.
Put that in on purpose.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Cool.
So, what exactly are you guys? You guys are taking the biomonitor. You're taking the fingers. You're taking the core printing device.
Yep.
Obviously, a bunch of the journals and the papers and
Yep.
stuff like that. Anything else that you guys want to take your time and?
I
like,
was
strip?
wondering like how much like scrap basically I could carry. So my current plan, fill up on scrap, fill up on these things, go back to the car, toss the heavy things in there, continue to explore the mall, and then recharge and go to the library.
Sure. Is everyone just kind of? What's the max number of scrap that you guys can carry?
Yeah, so that's
So I'm on board with this plan, but also put stuff in the box and telekinesis. So how much you got, friend, or how many boxes does he have?
wait, no. Let's actually think about this the other end as well. How much can the ATV hold?
Reasonable.
How much can you pick up?
I have 3 encumbrance left on my person. My telekinesis has, I feel like we tried to find this number and
It's
calculate it
like
in pounds
400
every time.
kilograms or something
It's
like that?
800 kilograms.
Oh, it used to be
Yeah, because he
400
leveled up and
kilograms.
it doubled.
Yes.
That's fair. 800 kilograms. That's a lot. I think that's around a ton.
Which, I think
Yeah, so
1,000
I
kilograms is about a
I
ton.
think our
I
limiting
think you
factor
can
is more going to be.
I think you can carry more than the ATV can take.
Exactly.
I would probably say that.
But how much stuff is in this like lab?
Yeah. So I would probably say that you guys can. Let's just do like an even number of like 50 pretext scrap you can
Sounds
pick
perfect.
up. But I don't think there's 50 usable pretext scrap in here.
Okay.
So you would need to take some time tearing down some of this stuff.
How much would you say is easily available just to grab and go?
Oh, just to grab and go?
Yeah.
Probably an extra, 5 or so pretext scrap.
Okay.
There's a lot of dismantling if we wanted to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I don't want to turn this into a giant collectathon. I
mean,
guess
you can. It would
I
just
know.
take, 30 minutes and we could gloss over it. I'll make you guys do some skill rolls and we can generate based
Okay.
off of that. It's not like you guys are going back to the ATV anyway to put stuff down, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So you might as well. And if you're okay taking time.
Yeah,
feel free to take time.
I was trying to stick to the story plot element of the timer is ticking down and the how
Don't
much
worry
time-
about that. You got a
Okay.
whole recharge.
Perfect. Great.
I guess
yeah.
that's
then
fair. We
we'll
do have a
take
whole
the time to
recharge.
try and do that.
All right, cool. Can everyone give me an int program or int fix check, whichever is better?
Okay.
And I will have Leggett and Claire help out as well. Tony's gonna be like, I don't. Just tell me where to go, Nona.
Every time I have rolled for this specific check, it always fails me.
11.
I got a 10.
I got a 6,
Okay,
which is almost the lowest I can roll on this.
so
Rough.
Yeah,
Nona actually did the worst, huh?
that is right.
So Leggett and Claire also help. So that is a total of, let's say, okay. Yeah, basically everyone except for Nona made the skill check.
I'm having a
and got
hard
some extra
day.
Stuff.
You
It's
know
okay.
what?
I'm rolling. You know what? Kirsten, I want you to roll. How many people? It was 64.
There's 6, not 64.
Wow.
6
Jeffrey.
D4.
Yeah,
Oh.
58 zombies.
I might need some help with this. I'm going to do them in 2 groups of 3.
All right,
So
I can
you have
also
a pen?
I can also
Yeah.
do 3.
Okay, perfect.
You didn't say you were rolling for Nona, though, which is important.
Yeah.
Tony was not helping. He was helping Nona, and I think he didn't help her very badly.
Amazing.
So I got 8.
Total on that is also an 8.
Okay, so that's 16. And then additionally, due to the skill checks, you guys get an additional amount, which is 8.
Nice.
So 20.
Hell yeah.
24. So
Beautiful
24.
math.
24 pretext scrap.
Banana bread,
Cool.
dude.
And
Hell
you
yeah.
do notice that after taking that time, another bar has gone down.
Cool.
You're at 4 bars now.
4 bars. Nobody's trying to make any long distance calls. Great. We take all of this stuff back to the car.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to stop by the Drones R Us if we have like a little time to.
Yeah, my
And we can
thought was you
recharge
drop
after?
all the stuff off, then we
Oh, yeah.
hit the other stores.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I was assuming. Yeah. We get to the ATV and be like, hey, we want to check out the mall a little more. I'd like to go to this shop, but yeah, we can just see what else there is.
Yeah, we have a little of an hour.
Okay. Using Micah's powers of carrying a lot of things in floating boxes, you
We're
guys are
such
able
scavengers.
Hell
I
to
love
transfer 24 pretext scrap. I assume are you also leaving the core printing device in there?
it. Yes, because it's really big, and I'm picturing that if anybody is carrying this thing around, since it can't fit in a backpack, they also won't be able to fight.
Yeah.
That's why I want to leave it in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
gonna-
kind of the intention.
Okay.
Toss my one encumbrance of fingers in the same box because that seems like I don't need to carry that around probably.
Cyber
So a lot
fingers.
of components, and then just Micah's like takes out of her pocket. Oh, and also these, and just drops a couple of fingers.
No. Put in a separate pile. Those are Micah's.
They're like stuffed in the cup holder, like up top.
Why is that so gross? They're just
Sticking out
machine
at
There's
odd
like a bunch,
angles. One of them's bent, like the monkey paw kind of thing.
The monkey paws, girl. All right. So you guys make it back.
No, you know
you
what? I'm gonna
do
keep that on.
once more take your time to make it all the way back to the ATV, making sure not to make too much noise. You do still see, occasional figures off in the distance, putting their hands up into their mouth, then chewing, and then putting their hands down, scooping something imaginary, and then putting it back up. Just like,
Going yummy.
As you've said, a vicious mockery of life.
there you go.
I gotcha.
But you are able to make your way without alerting any of them. You drop off everything in the ATV. It's still right there on the steps of the mall. So you don't have to walk out too far.
That's right. I got great parking.
And you head back in. I think there were 2 other main areas of, there's 3 more areas of interest in the mall. There's the Central Hub Plaza station, which had the skull and crossbones, danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, let's not go there.
The Hollow Haven Entertainment Center, as well as the Build a Drone Workshop. Where do you guys want to go next?
I think we go to the drone workshop next. Yeah,
I'd like to.
let's do it.
Okay, I need to make a roll now.
Have the zombies made it or not, Jeff? And are they trashing my car?
Oh, made it.
Oh, made it?
I heard have the zombies made it or not. And I was like, oh God.
So you guys make your way back into the mall, and you take a look out, and you notice that there is something through the plaza square just trying to crawl towards you a little bit. And you're like, huh, that's weird. And you continue back into the mall because I rolled low.
Rolled low on what? Zombie stealth?
Yeah, more
Zombie distance. I didn't even
dexterity
steal
zombie.
those.
random
Zombie
encounter.
cardio.
Let's just
Oh,
call
okay.
it that. Random
Fair enough.
encounter.
They're not
Um,
random. They're seeking vengeance. They have it in their hearts.
You guys make your way to the Build a Drone Workshop, which was a little bit farther into the mall than Dr. Drikt's Cybernetic Clinic. You come across this, and it feels like a strange juxtaposition of this very childish almost and then a technological, sharp and sleek drone workshop. You're like, who is this for?
It almost seems like
Jeff, it's for me.
It seems like they're riffing off of something, but I can't tell what it is.
Ha.
And it seems even stranger because as you walk up to it, you saw the sign from a fairly far distance away. But as you get closer, it doesn't appear to be a storefront in the same way that some of these other things that you're passing by, like these clothing stores, have these big glass panes where you look in and see all of the things that they're selling. This one appears to be just a massive vending machine of some kind.
Sick.
You see these double paned glass that almost also appears to be, reinforced in some way more than the glass in other areas. And as you step up to what appears to be the doors, these doors open up into just a console that seems to be a way for you to, pick the various drone models and fittings. You can kind of like swipe, and then you hit like the pay button, and you insert some credits, and then you see like this whole thing swing by and drilling in the various fittings, and then eventually it kind of like falls out into like a little compartment.
Does it have a claw?
Put it, or put it in one of those giant bubble things.
Exactly.
And you just pop the top off.
Is there a mystery drone option?
They're
Surprise,
better.
get anything.
No, but that
randomized
is it appears to be completely automated system.
Excellent.
That is still working. In fact, as you guys walk up to it, you see just in the display window, it seems to whip past and show like a particular model for a little bit as it kind of like slowly scrolls. And after it gets a certain amount past the center, it scrolls to the next one where it does like a slow scroll by as well.
So you can see it.
Yeah, and you also then see it says like little descriptions and the price tags. I sent you, Philip, because I know this is a place that you wanted to go.
Yes.
There's a couple of different models. There's a couple of different drone fittings. It appears to be mostly not like military grade stuff. There's no weapons.
That makes a lot of
I'm
sense.
disappointed in the
in the-
Torq.
The drones there are some expensive drone models there, but nothing like hugely like pre-tech or something like super scary. It does appear to be mostly for various civilian use, but there is some interesting stuff in there. I don't know if we want to go through each one of these or if you want to just say what you're going to pick up.
Yeah, I think it's probably not super interesting to go through every single one of the options. But yeah, Micah has some experience with drones, especially with like sleeper model drones on the space station where she used to work, because that's one that's kind of optimized for like station keeping and that kind of thing. So I think the kind of model that I think would be interesting and useful to have would be the sleeper chassis, which has space for 4 fittings.
Okay.
I want to grab the grav muffles so that it's not like super loud if it's kind of nearby us. It's not audible beyond 5 meters. What else? An observation suite, which gives it a bunch of extra sensory abilities that you can kind of see through with. I think it has like a handheld control device if it's not, if you don't have like a cybernetic implant, which I don't. So I would be able to see through that handheld
But it
thing.
has like a little camera and mic that apparently can focus on conversations and facial expressions 2 kilometers away, which seems ridiculous, but that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a
pretty
problem.
cool. It also has like infrared and UV capabilities. What else? That's those 2. And then for the kind of stuff we do, I feel like the medical support attachment would be pretty reasonable. It can be loaded with up to 12 types of medication, and then you can fire them at people with a heal check.
Be healed.
And then the last one, I think we can do reinforced structure, which just gives it 50% more HP.
Okay.
What is the total on that?
And so-
Cost, if you don't mind me
I think that
asking.
was 7,750, if I was counting up correctly.
Yeah, I didn't do the math on this more.
That's fine.
This reason one, that sounds right. And yeah, that's a little costly, but we've got money, don't we?
I'm fine with that.
If as long as the team is okay with that expense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Claire?
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm cool.
The one
Thank
thing
you.
is, I pat myself down. I'm not carrying any batteries on me. Does anyone have a Type A battery?
I do, in fact.
We don't actually really keep track of that too much. We maybe should, but
I have been,
that's fine.
just for the sake of like the laser pistols and the stuff, part of my inventory is always, I have been carrying around,
That's
I
probably
want to
good.
say
Yeah.
4. Yeah. 4 batteries at 1 encumbrance each.
Amazing. Because yeah, I have a
'Cause,
bunch of batteries that
I think you can strap them together.
I always leave on the
Oh,
ship. I think,
yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can collect them together. But yeah,
Cool.
I have some that
So
are on the
it's just-
ship.
Yeah, no,
yes,
I
that's-
totally got a battery. Go for it.
Yeah, so
There you
you go through and you take your time taking a look at some of them, like, oh no, that's too expensive, or that doesn't quite fit what I want, and eventually you do put together this sleeper drone. Yeah, there's some other things like the sleeper thing. Drone model allows it has this station keeping fitting, as you were saying. So if no one is actively watching it, it will just kind of hover there. So you don't need to like spend an action each of your turns. Otherwise, it might crash, which I think is a rule.
Yeah, for normal drones. But this one is able to just hover if you're not actively piloting it.
That's good because we ignore things like that all the time. NPCs, like
we ignore that a lot. Yeah, and
robot armies. I forget they're there.
And right, the other thing is, while it's hovering, it uses much less battery life. So normally one battery a drone will go through in like an hour, but I think it's the equivalent of 5 minutes worth per day as long as it's hovering.
Yep.
Cool.
With the general idea of that being like you set it to watch stuff on your space station. But in this case, it definitely extends the life. And I'm pretty sure in my case, I can just kind of like drag that around behind us instead of having to pilot it manually. And it'll just kind of be in that power save mode. And if we want to do other stuff, I can just drop it from telekinesis and it'll just stay there.
How fast can you move things with telekinesis?
20 meters per round.
Okay, so about as fast as you guys would move. Fair enough.
I only move 10 meters per round.
If you do a double move.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If we're running.
Right.
So fast
I
enough.
don't run from things.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you need to exert something in order to pull that behind you, like effort?
So, no, I have one of my foci techniques that I got on level up is I don't need to expend any effort to use my telekinetic manipulation.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Congratulations, this character is broken and now it has a flying robot.
It doesn't have a gun or anything.
It's just
And no,
it's
it
an
just
observation
shoots
robot.
It's heroin, that's all.
That'll be interesting. So Micah puts in her desired model and fittings, and you see as you make like lock in the selections up in front of you through the double pane glass, you see these various robotic arms, taking the fittings and putting them in place and screwing everything together. And when you say, yep, that's what I want to do, you have like checkout, and it shows you a receipt of 7,750 credits. I assume you pay.
Yeah.
And Nona keeps the receipt for tax purposes. This is
Incredible,
a business expense.
If there's like reinforced glass and everything, I feel like it's too much of a pain to try and steal this. It's like, I guess we're good
Plus
for
they
it.
can build drones. There might be weapons in there.
Yeah, reasonable concern.
And so you pay the nearly 8,000 credits. And as Kirsten says, because I like the idea of it, the drone is put into one of these very large capsules. One side is this like fire engine red, and then the other side is like this clear plastic.
So it's in a Pokeball.
Drops it into a little chute that comes out in front next to the side that you guys are on, and you open up this little trap door and pull out your big like circle, your big sphere of that's got a drone inside.
I think it's got a big smile on her face, like a child that just went to Build-A-Bear Workshop.
Amazing.
Now to open it, you have to hug it tight.
Actually, that is how you open those.
Yeah.
If you squeeze the sides, they do
Hug
pop
it
up.
tight and make a wish, and your drone appears.
I love you, drone. Should have a
I
name
don't
for
know
it.
who they were marketing to, but
Me.
they got a vibe down, don't they?
Jeff, it's me, Kirsten the person.
You weren't there back in the pre-Scream times. You wouldn't understand.
All right, so Micah now has this kind of observation drone.
Amazing.
It's all I ever wanted.
Well,
I'm just
I
gonna
believe there's one other named place here. Yeah, please roll your murder dice.
Hold on.
The
Try
drone
and
comes to
lie
life.
to your dice. Say it's for Claire.
It's for Claire. Oh. Well, how about that? So you guys, there's one more location that you guys named location.
Yep.
And I do want to specify, you could spend as much time as you want here taking a look and trying to pull out like pre-tech parts in various places. These are only the named ones that I put together.
Okay.
But this, like, you can spend time here if you want. And can I have everyone make a wisdom nose check, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to roll the bad dice for this, get the bad rolls out anyway. Oh, you were kidding me.
Also, I don't have my clanky clanks, but I did spend one. I don't know where I put them.
12.
Was that to re-roll for Claire dice?
Maybe.
I got a 4.
I got a 7.
So
Is this what's happening like after we're leaving the
The drone workshop?
yeah.
drone? Okay,
So-
'cause Well, sorry, I just wanted to
Yes.
clarify. Can we pop one of those single A batteries into it and have this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
be with us?
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Before this next thing happens to us,
just
really nailing down the state of the world.
I just
and
want to
what's
set the expectation. So yeah, I want to by default, I'm going to be dragging this behind me with telekinesis, unless otherwise stated.
Okay, sounds good.
character's bullshit, and I love
And
it.
you can just do a bunch of different ones of that. There's I guess that's what effort does. Yeah. Anyway, just trying to figure out how to work around your abilities.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry, I'm like that.
I'm making a joke. So Nona, surprisingly, and Alex, this is something that you guys you're constantly looking over your shoulders as Micah is putting in her different things that she wants. And at the final pay, there's this little crescendo of music and just goes doo-doo-doo-doo, and it's a little ta-da kind
I think
of
the
idea.
batteries are old on this.
That was sad
It
sounding.
was a little off a
little-
little minor key in there.
for no reason.
I think Drikt stole the speakers off of it.
And used it to make his laser power down noises.
You got to know if it turns on and off.
God, we said the name.
Yes.
And so Nona and Alex are keeping a look over their shoulders, and at this kind of little ditty that gets played when Micah finally takes out the drone, there does appear to be just an echo that kind of goes throughout the entire mall, and you hear just it gets eerily quiet,
Oh no.
and then there's just some shuffling that you hear off in the distance. That is all you hear right now, as Micah did not notice this and is opening up her prize.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Great. So let's walk away from that for now. Is it coming from the entrance of the mall or from deeper in the mall?
It appears
Or
to be
from everywhere?
It's just
the
everywhere.
shuffling itself for the echoes. The shuffling seems to be coming from the front of the mall as well as farther into the mall.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So both places.
Yes.
Cool.
It's almost like they're going to
Where
a
the noise
location
was.
where the noise
Hopefully-
was.
hopefully
and
where the
they
noise was.
weren't necessarily in any one particular place, but just kind of around.
Yeah, maybe a horde, just consolidating around.
Maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking my time looking at the new
Okay.
drone.
Okay,
It's
we should leave.
got
oh, it's so beautiful.
It's
Is
lovely. Keep
there-
your voice down.
is there a handheld thing that or there is that I control it with? Does that take an encumbrance probably, or what? Jeff. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, cool, fine.
I think it's
actually
like a
did-
wrist-mounted thing, isn't it? Piloting a drone.
I don't recall.
It needs either a cybernetic control link or a handheld control unit that comes with the drone. I'm going to say it's not an encumbrance, though.
Yay. Because I was about to offer to perform surgery on you.
Thanks. I would not accept that offer.
Well, maybe Alex can.
But you do need to kind of equip it, so I don't think you'd be able to. I guess you
I
have
mean, can I just have it readied? I have space in my ready compartment.
Yes, you can have it ready.
Cool.
Interesting. We should figure out if later, if by the rules, they're oh, if you're holding this, you can't hold a gun.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. That's why I think they have the cybernetic control link.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So we might have to surgery you.
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit.
yeah,
Kind.
well, I'll say I don't know yet what the rules for stowing and bringing out a readied thing. They're probably in there. I don't remember. I don't normally have to manage that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've got a specific thing that allows me to switch out my guns for less. I specifically took a feat because I'm really bad at remembering to change out my guns. So it's stow this, enter an action. So
Right.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
back to zombies.
Are we surrounded by these zombies, or is there a way, or is there a way past
What
them?
zombies?
So you got the mall itself is a little bit sprawling. You would expect that any way that you go, you're probably going to run into some of them, but it would just be kind of it's a loose formed ring. You would assume basically.
So yes, we are surrounded, but not terribly.
It's like the cross section of a grape.
Imagine, if you will, a grape. You are in the middle of the grape,
It's
and the
actually-
zombies are the skin around the grape.
But here's the important
so
thing.
even if you go straight up,
Wait, is there a
Like
second? Is there a
zombies.
second level to this tour the mall that
Oh,
we're
I
on
was
right now?
picturing there would be. Where do you think the Spencer's was?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are currently on the first level. There are multiple levels. There's like 3 levels. The Hollow, I forget exactly where the Hollow Haven Entertainment is. It is farther into the mall than where you guys are currently, and it's nearby the plaza. Sorry, the not the plaza, the Central Hub station.
Cool.
The Central Hub Plaza station. Yeah, right.
You got
There
it.
we go.
You got it.
Anyway, how I'm picturing this is there are things going to your location right now. You could dodge into a store and hope that they pass by. It's not like they are closing in on you in any kind of formation. In fact, as you take a look around, it does seem to be just kind of clamoring. And these are quite a ways down the hall. So it's not like that they have like a secondary group behind the first group, if that makes sense. Like if you break through one of the groups, you would assume that you're scot-free or home free if you continue moving in that direction.
Cool.
How tall is this vending machine we're standing in front of? Does it just take up one floor? Or does it like
It
sprick
is like just one storefront.
Okay, it's just one storefront.
Cool.
Let's go into the vending machine, guys.
I don't think we can
Take
go
the
into
little
the vending
side door
machine.
into the vending
I
machine.
don't think
All
that's a. I think honestly,
there
if we
are
just
just, like, a
move away
wall.
from here,
There's
Yeah.
a wall
Yeah.
of stores on either side. Like there are a litany of various stores, like
I think
clothing
we
stores and
we
whatnot.
change levels. We move away from here. All of that. Maybe we don't beeline for the last store that we were interested in visiting, but I'm not too concerned. These things are relatively easy to, at the very least, temporarily kill.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, they're not too
Let's-
fast. I'm not too worried.
let's duck into that Bass Pro Shop.
Ducking into the Bass Pro Shop.
All right.
All right, I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity sneak check, please.
10.
I'm so smart. I leveled up my sneak somewhere. Good job, me.
8.
10.
You guys all did very well. I think the only one that failed was Leggett.
God damn it.
And surprisingly Claire, actually. But so that was the majority of you. You guys and Tony go into immediately stealth mode and dive into the nearby Bass Pro Shop with Leggett and Claire clamoring a little bit behind. It doesn't appear to create too much more noise, but as you hide behind the various fishing apparel, like these long, trunks and I don't know, what is fishing apparel?
There's
So you
a
got
hat.
There's
and
a
it
hat.
says-
There's also the overalls that you wear
Yeah.
while standing in the thing. And I was
That's
picturing
what I
we
was
could
picturing.
hide in the middle, like you did when
Exactly.
you were little.
Yep, I know. That's exactly what I was trying to think of, like some vests as well.
No, the hat is the most important one. And it says, "Fish fear me. Women also fear me. I'm a scary fisherman."
Fish fear me, and women also fear me.
I'm a scary fisherman.
It's a very small print on that hat, it sounds like.
It wraps most of the way
It's a really tall hat, Jeff. There's longer versions.
So you guys dive into the Bass Pro Shop behind this kind of sexist hat, and you see a group of 4 or 5 lumbering figures walk across the windows in front of the storefront. Nothing appears to focus on the store that you guys are currently in as they continue to lumber and lumber away. You guys take a moment and things are quiet again. The shuffling seems to have stopped.
Okay. Cool. That wasn't
Guess
great.
we got away. Yeah.
I'm going to take this hat.
I was literally waiting for that. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not advancing this plot until someone takes this hat.
Good.
Okay, good, great. Yes, we go to Hollow Haven Entertainment System.
Yeah, I guess so. You guys take a peek outside around the corner, and you notice that a couple of stores down where the Build a Drone workshop was, there are just a group, probably about 20 or so, just kind of milling about the front of the store as it continues to play its little tune as it sees that people are, coming
I don't think
in.
they're going to be buying any drones there, buddy. I'm sorry about that.
You guys,
What if they do?
quietly leave the Bass Pro Shop and move farther into the mall, where you come across in very large letters, Hollowhaven Entertainment, and it appears to be a fairly large space, almost like the size of like a movie theater. You take a look around, and there were just a ton of advertisements, like new Hollowhaven Entertainment Center just opened up. Like,
Oh, that's sad for them.
And
Yeah, that's
Just
rough.
opened up, immediate death.
yep. And you walk in and you enter a pretty wide open lobby, which again feels like a movie theater, right? It feels like there is a sales counter that provides various refreshments as well as tickets into this establishment, kind of sells this experience. In fact, you notice that there are 4 large posters behind the sales
up,
counter.
notes.
Go on.
You have to write down these very important ones. And they say about some kind of prize to be gained if you complete it. The first attraction is the quest for the Emerald Dragon. It seems to be some kind of standard, fantasy quest of some description. Another one is Murder at Haversham Manor.
Yay!
Straight up, actually.
Which appears to be some kind of murder mystery. You're not entirely sure what. Another one that is Stranger Things Haven't Happened, with a tagline that says, "This is going to get weird." It appears to be some kind of 1980s romp, which you're not entirely sure what that even means. It is like the 3200s right now. Like 1980s. That's so many. What does that even? What do they do back there? Just like throw rocks at people?
That's right.
But it has a lot of very like neon lights. Seems to be about a group of kids trying to free their friend.
Amazing.
And then
From the
what?
sideways.
Another one that seems to be all the way off to the side. It seems like it's a separate counter for this one, and it has a separate entrance. You see Perry Hodder and the Philosopher's Rod.
Oh, dear God.
And it has like, have you ever seen like those romance novels?
No.
Just like Fabio, just kind of like,
Yeah.
it's just a 6-pack underneath the title. And
No face. The
There's-
face is not
It's
important.
a zoom in on a 6-pack.
That's
it's a zoom in on a 6-pack. And you see like a little magic wand that sticks up out of the
God.
bottom.
Man, this mall, I tell you.
It has everything.
That's effective poster design.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
That's it.
Yay.
I don't want to watch any of this.
Welcome, Jeff.
Give the people what they want.
And then we left.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Does anyone want one of the souvenir cups? Very
Don't
hotter.
forget we have to pay.
This one's about 6 to 8 inches.
It's in a discretionary box. Discreet
If
packaging.
we go back to the drone store, there's actually a discreet other side that we didn't
It is
investigate.
XXX mall. It's not a normal mall.
Go to Drone Workshop with a new promotional.
Perry Hodder